I needed a space heater for a small room and decided to try the Dreo Atom 1. In this room's configuration, I needed the heater to be on top of a table and not on the floor, so I chose this smaller version as opposed to their floor standing model. As soon as you open the box, you'll see a quick start guide, which is clearly written and gives you all the basic info you'd need. The heater itself has capacitive touch buttons on top and a filter on back that easily pops out when you need to clean it. It actually comes in 3 different colors, but black matched the room I'll be putting it in, so I got this one. The power cord is hefty and integrated right into it. It also comes with a remote control that includes the battery, which has all the same functions as the heater's buttons. Simply pressing the power button turns it on in an always-on mode. The plus and minus buttons select the level in which you'd like it to run. The button with the half circle toggles oscillation, and the heater seems very sturdy as it rotates on its base. Tapping the button with 3 lines switches it into eco mode, which is definitely my preferred way of using it. In this mode, the plus and minus buttons set the desired temperature. After the temperature is set, the heater will automatically stop and go into standby mode when the room reaches that temp, then automatically start up again when it drops a few degrees. There's also a setting to auto power off the heater after a certain period of time, which is nice for an office room as you could set it to power off after your normal work hours. If you manually press the off button, it'll keep the fan blowing but stop the heater for about 30 seconds. I assume this is to help cool the heating element, but if you need to force it to stop, just tap the power button again. One feature I loved is the display automatically turns off after about a minute. On previous heaters I've owned, I needed to add a dimming sticker over the display as the lights were annoyingly bright at night, but that's not an issue at all with this one. If you press and hold the button with 3 lines, the heater will no longer beep when the buttons are pressed, and you'll see the speaker off indicator come on. Unfortunately, you need to enable this setting each time you power cycle it, which is kind of annoying and really my only complaint about this heater. On the flip side, it does remember your temperature setting after powering off, or even unplugging it, which is handy. Power it off for the day, then power it on the next day and have it resume like before. When it's off, the heater draws about 0.4 watts of power, then climbs as high as 1800 watts at max, which is almost at the limit of my power meter. Max power settles at about 1450, which is a lot of heat for a small heater. At its lowest setting, which is what it's normally on when you're just maintaining a temperature in a room in eco mode, it's about 1000 watts. Even at its highest setting, it's pretty quiet at around 65 decibels. That's quieter than less powerful but larger heaters I've owned. In its second highest setting, it's about 60 decibels. And in the lowest setting, it's about 57 even with oscillation on, and the oscillation itself doesn't really make any extra noise. It's also got a tip sensor, so if it gets knocked over, the heating element turns off right away and it starts beeping. It'll beep even if you've disabled sounds, which is good because that's the only time you'd actually want to hear the beeps. The fan stays on for about 30 seconds after tipping over, assuming to try and cool the heating element as much as it can, but once again, the heating element is off after tip over. It also shows an error on screen. I'll personally be placing the heater in a spot where tipping over would be extremely unlikely, but it's nice to know this safety feature actually works properly just in case. After you pick it back up, the fan automatically turns off. Overall, I've been using this heater for over a week, and so far I love it. It's powerful, quiet, and fairly priced, so I'd definitely recommend it.